Hello friends, followers and channel members, welcome back to the channel. So Sim Update 4 is now out for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and this one is huge, one of those updates that can probably quietly reshape the whole sim. The release notes are enormous, about 3,600 different changes in the change log, but of course quantity isn't the real story. What's important of course is whether this update fixes some of the biggest things we've had issues with in the past, things like stability, stuttering, the overall planning and workflow of the sim, the immersion, graphics, and of course the overall performance. And that's what we're going to be focusing on in our video today. We're not going to read every single update bullet point, but we are going to pull out the best bits and the changes that you will actually see and feel in your day-to-day flying. But before we get started on that, what is the one single thing that you needed Sim Update 4 to fix for you? Let me know down in the comments below, and then we'll have a look and see if that has been covered by this humongous update. So diving straight in, let's start with what most of us care about, and that is of course, does the sim now run better? Well, Sim Update 4 reads like a broad serious push on stability and performance across the board. Airports, aircraft systems, traffic, terrain, user interface, the world map, cameras, air traffic control, even CPU thread improvements, and a long list of crash fixes. This of course is important because it isn't just a one aircraft got fixed kind of update. This is the kind of update that affects everyone, every user, every airport, and every session length. If you've been getting random crashes or performance dips, especially over long sessions in the sim, then this is what Sim Update 4 is clearly aiming to try and fix. There are also changes to texture and memory handling intended to improve quality and reduce those really annoying stutters. Now of course this isn't the kind of thing that improves the overall graphics or anything like that in the sim, but it can make your flights feel noticeably smoother. So if you noticed a difference, let me know again down in the comments if your FPS and performance is better following this update. During testing and filming the footage for this video, I did find that everything was indeed just a little bit smoother. FPS seemed very good and stable, but I haven't yet had a chance to do a full flight with everything turned on and VATSIM traffic. So very interested to hear your feedback on this after some full flights. Now, performance is king, but of course the visuals matter very much so, particularly with a sim like Flight Sim 2024, which visually and graphically is streets ahead of any other flight simulator. One of the best community-aligned parts of these release notes is the attention to night lighting. So Sim Update 4 finally addresses feedback around overly blurry or sepia-toned night visuals. They have reduced excessive boom and the sepia masking, and it improves the street light display distance. Now this of course is not a tiny fix. This has been complained about for a long time since the sim was first released. This now is hopefully starting to look like a realistic nighttime environment. And so again, let me know your thoughts on whether you think that this is the improvement you've been waiting for. Now another part of Sim Update 4 which might not excite the casual flyers, but for IFR, airliners and anyone who spends time seriously planning their flights, this matters because the Flight Planner app gets a long list of fixes in this update. Fuel and payload loading reliability is better, performance calculations have been corrected, constraint handling, map performance, reducing stutters when editing the flight plans, improved estimated time on route accuracy, and just some overall user interface cleanup. A long list of changes. Now for many of you this won't actually affect you because I know lots of people use things like SimBrief for their flight planning, but for those of you who do use the inbuilt flight planner, then of course this is welcome news. Next then, a little word on a new immersion update for the sim, because Sim Update 4 includes fixes tied to jetways and airport logic, plus broader improvements around traffic and airport behaviour. This is a quiet win and less weird ground behaviour, fewer broken moments at the gates, and a smoother start and finish to your flights. Again, it's not a glamorous part of the update, but of course it is very welcome. For those of you who fly in VR, there is a meaningful upgrade here as well. Foveated render scaling is being added to the graphics settings alongside multiple VR fixes, so this is a genuine performance lever for headsets where every frame counts. Multiplayer also gets a new option for replication models, high fidelity versus simplified, which means that improvements in how other aircraft are represented depending on your preference for accuracy versus performance is now available. So if you do fly on large group events, then this is definitely worth testing out. So with over 3,600 fixes logged, it seems that performance and stability is high on the list for what Sim Update 4 is attempting to resolve. However, one thing did stick out for me in the long list of changes, and that was the tissue simulation crash. Yes, fixed a crash in tissue simulation, because I guess nothing ruins an approach like unstable tissues. Not exactly sure what this is meant for, but it's certainly one I've not seen in the changelog for the flight simulator before. Now then, it's over to you. Has Sim Update 4 fixed any of the issues that you'd been experiencing and made Flight Sim 2024 a better sim to fly in? Let me know down in the comments below. Hope you've enjoyed this quick review of the update video, and of course, if you have, please don't forget to leave a like. Remember, if you're not already a subscriber, do hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any of our future videos and live streams. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye bye for now.